Hi, this is Sasha Grief, and I'm here with Gabriel Pugliese from São Paulo, Brazil. And we're going to talk about his projects and how he discovered Meteor and what kind of cool stuff he's doing now. Hi, Gabriel.
Hi, Sasha. Thank you for the opportunity.
So, first of all, could you just introduce yourself and your background, where you work, etc.?
Okay. I currently live in São Paulo, Brazil. I'm Brazilian, and nowadays I study on the University of São Paulo. I'm doing bachelor degree of computer science there. I work like for 6, 7 years with programming too. I've worked at my university and an agency of digital marketing, and I'm on site apps nowadays, siteapps.com, and I started programming with C, Java in the university. Then I've gone to Perl, then Python, and now I'm here with JavaScript, Meteor, to Meteor take me to JavaScript world.
Okay.
Okay.
So, how long have you been using Meteor, and how did you come across Meteor in the first place?
I've been using Meteor like 6 months, and I've met Meteor because I program with Python like 3 years, and I wanted to do some real-time applications with Python. So I've started studying Python with Socket.io and synchronous Python with threading and coroutines. Then I realized that Socket.io was very, very expensive to learn. The learning curve was very expensive. So, anyways, I was trying to learn it, and I don't know how I've found Meteor, and well, let's take a look on these screenshots on the Meteor.com website, and I've liked it very much. It was very simple compared to Python and Socket.io. So I've made a call on the okay, let's do a chat application. So I've started it and I loved it.
Okay. So, yeah, you've built a chat, and you were telling me that you can embed it in other sites.
Yeah, I've named it a super chat because it's a simple chat. Simple is good, and the super part is that I can embed it in your any other website through site apps. It's where I work nowadays, and here if you enter in site apps and look for super chat, you can see an example that we gave you that you give you that I can embed it on google.com here, my Meteor project, and I can go to any other websites like let's embed it on meteor.com, and I can embed it in anywhere. So that's it was the first thing I've done with Meteor.
Okay.
Well, no, I think okay, here the super chat here. I can talk to you here. Well, I'm not signed. Hi, hello.
Yeah, and you were saying that you might make it into a Meteor package eventually?
Yeah, I want to make it a Meteor package so everyone can use it. And I'm doing another project that will use a chat, and I need to embed it on my website too, but not through side apps. I really need to interact with my MongoDB. Nowadays, what I do with side apps is it's an iframe, so it has a separate MongoDB,
Yeah.
and I need to interact with my current MongoDB.
So your other project is a Facebook game, and I think that's how I learned about you in the first place. And I also think it's the only Facebook game I know that uses Meteor. So maybe let's play a game just to show people how it works and how you play it.
Sure.
So I'm gonna explain the rules very quickly. I hope I get this right. So you play with a friend, and you each get a deck of 5 cards, and each card is one of your own friends. And so I'm gonna play, and I picked friends here, and I have more friends than you, so I win. And since I won, I can play again. Did I get this right?
Yeah, sure.
So what I like about this game is the UI is really nice. You know, I was saying like Meteor apps, if you go on madewith.meteor.com, some of them are really impressive technologically, but usually the user interface, it's always Bootstrap. And this, on the other hand, looks very polished, and the graphics look really nice.
Thank you.
So I was curious to know, like, did you run into any specific challenges building this app? Like any stumbling blocks?
Yeah, sure. I had a lot of challenges, and I still have a lot of challenges on this game. First, I will show the first screen, the challenge screen, friendly screen. I tried to copy little elements, some elements from Pop game, as some people know. And here I have a friendless game that you can defy, you can challenge people. So, and this screen is a big challenge that if you have a lot of friends on Facebook, it will take ages to load. So what I've done was load friends and show them right away when they are loading, so people can see some interaction with the page, not just loading GIF, animated GIF, uh, that circle. And if it's still loading and you click on divide, then you go and you see the animated GIF of loading, but people can interact with game while MongoDB is loading the documents to the client. And I had some challenges when you challenged me. I had to order people by the challenge status. So if you can challenge me now, you'll see that you will show on the top of my friend list. It was a challenge too. I had to give orders to people to make this happen. And another thing, I have the quick match here, the big orange button that you can play with not only your friends but anyone who is connected to the game here. It's
Okay.
like a quick match room. After that, and inside the game, when you are playing, I still have a bug that if you choose a card, maybe you can hear two sounds instead of one of the play. Every play, every click makes a sound. So to call the player's attention, so he won't change the tabs while you play. And I have a bug that I had a bug that the card turned 2 times instead of one.
Mm.
I corrected that with some set timeouts in my code, and but the sound is still playing twice, and I haven't figured it yet how to make it work properly.
Is it a problem with reactivity?
Yes, it's a problem with reactivity because and the re-render part of
Mm.
of Meteor, I I think it's not optimized from my code. Not only reactivity problems. I have to think it in this new paradigm of Meteor and reactivity, and it's not common to me. That common. I can do good stuff, but sometimes it's very hard to handle.
Yeah, I think it's hard for everybody. It's a problem I run into all the time. Like, even yesterday, I had to make sure which object I was calling because I was using meteor.user and the user was changing, like an unrelated property was changing, and then it triggered everything all over again. And it took me a long time to realize what was happening because I think it's not a natural way for us to think yet.
Yeah. Another thing I have done was the connection status of players. So if you disconnect or leave or close the tab, I will win the game because the game is async. It's not async like Song Pop. You only can play if the user is online. So if you close your tab, I
Okay.
will win the game here, and I won 1,000 points. So I had to handle all that disconnect,
Mm.
and it's very hard to do. It's already have a package from Tom, I think, that he have done meteor presences, but I had to extend it more. So I decided to make my own connection package.
And you were telling me you were also using an internationalization package?
Yeah, as you can see here, it's in Portuguese, and I I've done when people from Brazil or Portugal and Angola and these countries that speak Portuguese enters on game, I change reactively the language of the game.
Okay.
I can show you some code if you want. Here I have the internationalization package here. So I'm inserting PTBR, that's Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese, on
Yep.
my package, and here are the translations. So quick match is translated to partida rápida. Leave is sair, and I've translated it all with this package. I've also made a blog post that on side apps is where I work, that explain how to do because I use side apps to accomplish that because side apps have segmentation of users, and I use with my game. So if I go here on side app on my dashboard, I
Okay.
have a custom code here that will call a Meteor function that is setlang, and here I call setlang on site apps, but site apps segments it to me. I put who, Angola, Brazil, Portugal, and apply it. And every time a user enters on my game, site apps will get its the user geolocation and run this code if Angola, Brazil, or Portugal. So this setlang calls this code here setlang.
So how does site apps talk to your Meteor app?
On this code here, it will run this code always when someone from Angola, Brazil, and Portugal enters on my website. So I can put any type of code here. The point is, my lang here is a reactive package. If you go here, it's a depth. I have a depth dependency here. When I set it, I tell depth that it's changed. So anytime that the code runs, doesn't matter if it will load in 1 second or 2 seconds or 3 seconds. It will load one day, and the package is have the dependency here, so it will run and will on the fly internationalize my application. Thank you.
So all you've been showing us is in Windows. So Meteor is not that mature under Windows yet. So I'm interested to know how you set things up and what's your development environment like.
Yeah, I use Linux Ubuntu for my development, and I've been using VirtualBox. It's free; anyone can install it, and Ubuntu is also free, so you have a free Linux on your Windows machine. And I'm also running it now. Here, it's Ubuntu here. Let me show you. Look here. It's an Ubuntu inside my Windows. And I also can use Vagrant to accomplish the same thing, but without installing the huge key that you're looking at. I need the problem with VirtualBox this way is that I have to run my IDE inside the VirtualBox, and it's very costly because I need to share memory with the virtual machine, and this machine and it's hard to configure a way to connect a Windows folder to the virtual machine folders. So another option is run Vagrant, that is a software that runs on top of VirtualBox, that you can make sandboxes very easily. One time it's configured, you can always run it very easily. So I'll show you here. It's very simple how to start this Vagrant sandbox. I just hit Vagrant up, and it will start my virtual machine here. Here it's in Portuguese, but it's translated to turn off. Now it's executing here. You see the Vagrant boot in the machine. and I can map some ports from the virtual machine to Windows ports, so the guest can communicate easily with the host, that is the window. After the box boots up, I can SSH to it and use it like oh my god, it's installing Meteor. Oh my god, it's not what I wanted. Stop it. Okay, and then I can Vagrant SSH to it without configuring any keys, any passwords. That's the cool thing about Vagrant. Here I'm on the virtual machine, and I can go to this folder, this folder is shared with my Windows host. It's very cool. I didn't need to figure anything to accomplish that. So if I go to my Windows box, you can see it's the same files that I have here, and I have a Meteor app here. I'll just run it. What's that? Wow. I thought I had.
But I get the idea.
But it's yeah. And let me see here. Meteor. Oh, it's installing Meteor. So
cool.
If I run here on the box, I can access in the Windows browser here without any problems.
Very cool. So you only need to set it up once, and then you can just work on your Windows project as usual.
Yeah, I can run everything. I'm not working nowadays like that because it's very hard to migrate everything I have on my VirtualBox that are already running here. So I prefer not to migrate now. But it's a very, very cool solution for Meteor. So let me show it to you. And Meteor. No? Okay. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, so thanks for showing us all these projects. It seems you're very active. And here we can see the Brazil site for the Meteor community, which is based on Telescope, which is my own project. So I'm pretty glad that you're using it. So anyway, thanks for doing this, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the new stuff you're gonna come out with, especially if you can transform Super Chat into a package. I think that would be pretty cool, just to be able to add a package and then have a chat on your own Meteor app.
Thank you for the opportunity. It was very cool to talk with you. And thank you for building Telescope. It's very useful for us Brazilians to talk about Meteor. And thank again for the opportunity.
Hey, no problem. Bye.
Bye-bye.